Yo, what up? Welcome back to the ACS Universe. It is Friday night, and as always, I really appreciate you taking the time, if you're watching, taking a piece of your Friday evening and joining the ACS Universe and hanging out with us. Obviously, you saw the thumbnail. You can see the description down below. We are talking the Suicide Squad. Couple things. First off, this movie has been one of the most volatile, ridiculous fucking things I've seen online today. So be respectful in the chat. And I'm sure the panel don't have to tell them to be respectful. We're mature adults and we can handle a conversation. But as far as no arguments in the chat. Just relax. It's just a movie. It's just a comic book movie, and we're about to discuss this thing and break it down like only we can. As far as spoilers go, normally, and I used to have this idea that like for movies, wait at least a week, maybe 2 weeks before I do a spoiler review. But I've kind of moved away from that just because, fucking people are posting spoilers online mere seconds after the fucking credits roll. So like that's out the window. So this is your warning. This is a spoiler review. Like you can't have a discussion this large about this movie without talking spoilers. And so if you haven't seen the Suicide Squad and you don't want anything spoiled for you, you can bounce, come back and watch this later after you watch it, maybe tomorrow, maybe if you're watching it tonight, you want to come back and watch it later on. I welcome that. Which we will be talking spoilers. So real quick, before I bring the panel on and we start really discussing this thing, I have been waiting for this because I was fortunate enough. Was I really fortunate enough to see it a week ago? I saw it a week ago, and I've known about things, and I put my thoughts out there on various streams this week leading up to this. Finally, everybody has seen it, and now we can really have this discussion. But yeah. Real quick, movie still doesn't hit for me. I'm still not feeling it. I'll wait till the end to give like a grade on it or whatever, but there's still a lot of moments that just don't vibe with me. And I won't really be talking that much this stream just because I'm just like conducting this thing. And I like I said, I've been waiting for this panel to get to discuss this entire fucking week. So I'm gonna let them have the floor once I bring them in. And but yeah, not still. I mean, even my wife, when she watched it, she was just like, "Wait, was that a dick?" It was. So we'll jump into this thing in a minute. But yeah. The Suicide Squad, guys. I know what your thoughts on. I know you guys are going to be in the chat chiming in, talking about your whether you like it a little bit. And look, like I always say, if you love the Suicide Squad, I'm happy that you found joy in it. I am happy to see any person like watch a movie and really enjoy it. I, for one, did not really enjoy it. You know what I mean? There were some things the second time I watched it that I laughed a bit more, but I was still just like, I don't know. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in the panel as we crack into this movie, The Suicide Squad. What up? What up to the panel, man? We got Neil. We got Joey. We got Phil. We got Ill Life in the house. So, you guys, this is the Suicide Squad. Real quick before we start like we start going nuts, let's fucking check out who's in the chat real quick. NR says, "Oh shit, yeah, what up? You can finally catch one of your shows. You saw my spoilers. We can't have a discussion this large without spoilers. So
spoilers.
Yeah. That's my wife. She says, "Hey y'all, what up? Hey. She says Weasel. She didn't like Weasel at all. It's Ryan. What's up, man? He says, "Let's go." Peacemaker. Yeah, she says, right. Yeah. What up, Neil? He's in the house. It's just, what up, dude? What up, man? Glad you guys have joined us. Anthony with the fire. I appreciate it, man. He said, "Oh, yep, Ryan's going to jump on too." We'll have some more people jumping on. This panel will probably.
We were just pitching on his channel about it.
Yeah. Yes. Philip about his fire. Yo, he says, "I love." Hey, I'm glad you did, dude. I am very happy that you love the movie. Like, yo, I hate to see somebody spend like hours of their life watching something and then like regret it afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, I just hate to see that. So if you enjoyed it, hey man, big ups to you. Katsuga, what's up, man? Hey, appreciate it. Joey with the fire. What up, DC Talk? Oh, nice. See, hey, you enjoyed it too as well, I guess, since you have that opinion of it.
Life's like, nope.
I'm sorry.
That's right, Joey. You can't spell dick without DC.
What up? 187. Yo, what's good, man? Damn, Nicotina said
Damn, he's already going at it.
Taking shots.
Yes, taking super shots at it. Real quick, and you guys know my style. No questions this week, no random questions. When I have a panel of a certain number of people, the questions just kind of get convoluted. But I will say this before we jump into this, because we're about to start this discussion about this movie that I have seen people fucking ridiculous online today about it. We're about to voice our opinions on this movie. If you agree with them, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine as well, as long as you respect our opinions. We're going to respect yours. Like I just said, I've seen plenty of people in the chat who love the movie. Gonna respect that. I'm glad you liked it. I didn't feel the same way, but if you're gonna be out there just like, yo, fuck y'all's opinions and blah, 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 I have a message for you before we get started. And with that being said, yo, I'm gonna go, let's see who can go first. Phil, no, Phil, we've heard some of yours already. Let's go. Joey, thoughts?
Oh, God.
You first, Batman.
I said earlier, obviously, it's not the worst movie ever. Like, I'm kind of glad I got it over with. Like, it was just, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen. It just, I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I like, there were good parts. I like the action. I thought the original, like the Ayer Suicide Squad was cool. Like the original, is there only 3 of them in there?
I think. Okay, so Amanda Waller, Rick Flag, Boomerang,
so
and Harley Quinn. So
sure, okay. Like they were cool. Bloodsport, who pretty much is Deadshot, and like Peacemaker, like they were cool. But like overall, like I just think this movie could, like, if this movie had not have been made, like I feel like it would have been the same turnout. Like, it was just kind of unnecessary. But that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah. I think you speak for there's certain things like we've been talking about, and like obviously we're about to dig deeper, but like there's certain things that they just don't click, as far as James Gunn's humor and stuff. Like he says, play the clip. I played it, Andre. I played it. You Oh, now see, my wife does not like Birds of Prey. She said it's better.
Really?
Relax. Hold on.
It's
Hey,
for me.
relax.
It's down there with Justice League. Like,
and
See, I thought Birds of Prey.
what's up, Truth?
What's up, Bill?
What's up,
guys?
It's been a minute.
What's up, ACS? Neil, Joey, what's going on? Real life?
What up, man? I was like, yo,
what's
wait,
up?
who went? I couldn't do it. What up, True? We just jumping in real quick. Neil, some initial thoughts, man.
The Suicide Squad. Yeah, that's a 2.5 Men reference. If anybody doesn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Yarp.
Squab. But yeah, what did you do? That was
Ooh.
no, it's not. I'm not gonna take a poo-poo on it or anything like that. But I found it, like it just felt all over the place. There were moments that were good. There were moments where I got into it. When you saw like Starro for the first time, and I'm like, all right, now we're getting a little bit into like meat potatoes here. It's starting to ooh. But then it would go into like some of the other characters, like I didn't need the junk shot. I didn't understand the junk shot. So when I'm getting that in a movie that should have some stakes, I'm like, all right, this is just gonna be one of those. Just sit back and empty your hat and just go. And that's kind of what I did. So I was like, all right. So for me, without getting too deep into it now,
Yeah, I got you.
I hear you.
Same feelings. Ill Life, man. What you got for us, man?
so as I said to you earlier, I watched it a second time.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to take some notes on it and stuff, and I really tried to give it. I tried to because I got really mad last night watching it. So today I tried to go in with an open mind again a second time, and I felt like it was even worse the second time. And I just the problem. My main problem with it is that even the things I do like are still over the top, unrealistic, and don't feel like DC. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like it. I get it. The Suicide Squad, people should die, whatever. but the whole thing is like it's rated R just for the sake of being rated R, and a bunch of scenes are created just for that and for pop songs to have like moments in the movie and stuff like that. I feel like, and the whole thing just feels like a big Saturday morning cartoon that has some R-rated stuff in it or something, and I hate it. I loathe it. I really don't like it at all. Okay. And it's like I totally think Wonder Woman. I give Wonder Woman 84 and Birds of Prey more credit because at least they both were trying to be serious and messed up. With this movie, I feel like they just messed the whole thing up on purpose, trying to be funny, basically. You know, like it's I hate it.
Let me remind everybody out there, I'm gonna take the spoiler thing off because I don't want to cover Joey's picture up there. But yeah,
I'm
impossible to have a conversation like, okay, relax. Impossible to have this type of conversation without talking spoilers. So, like I said before at the beginning of the show, if you haven't seen the Suicide Squad and you don't want the movie spoiled for yourself, you can bounce, come back and watch this later and get our opinions. Truth, initial thoughts, man. Is he there? Baycatcher?
He's muted if he is.
Ryan, let me get yours, Ryan. Initial thoughts, man.
It was fucking terrible. I'm kidding.
No, we'll see you next week.
You know, I think even people that are saying they like it right now, it's going to sink in the next couple of weeks. You know, think about how many people said they like Justice League at first. You know,
my legit thoughts. It's a really mixed bag. There's stuff I like. There's stuff that's mad, and then there's just fucking trash in this movie.
Yeah.
Sadly, the good doesn't outweigh the bad in this movie whatsoever. Cast is fire. CGI, practical, you know, like the set pieces, the production value is amazing. Soundtrack was not memorable at all. Like all the pop songs, not very good.
Yes.
Ratcatcher was the highlight. She was the fucking top tier. Yes. Bayworth, like, yeah. So
she's good too.
Yeah, that's why Truth has her profile picture.
Baycatcher, man, I'm telling you.
Baycatcher. Yeah.
Baycatcher. Hey, go ahead, Truth. What's your initial thoughts, man?
I liked it overall. I said this before, like there's a lot of hyperbolic rhetoric on both sides, right? You have one side where it's like, oh, this is the best DCEU movie ever made. Thank the Lord Savior for James Gunn saving the DCEU. And then you have the other side, which is like, oh, this is trash, bullshit, whatever, fuck this movie. This is not Zack Snyder. And I think like there needs to be a happy medium.
Yeah.
Like right. So for me, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it. Am I gonna watch this movie again? No, probably not. But I liked certain characters. I thought, you know, the special effects were awesome. I thought Starro, the design for Starro, he was fire. He was
fire.
dope.
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Idris Elba as Bloodsport, amazing. Mm-hmm. Should have been fucking Deadshot, but whatever. I'll take it.
Where's his miniseries?
Yeah, I like Harley Quinn, but I felt like she wasn't the main character for me. I felt like she took a step back, just weird. John Cena Peacemaker. Listen, I liked him as Peacemaker. He was fine. I didn't hate him. I like the back and forth with him and Bloodsport. You know, just like, you know, this big pissing contest, like, you know, has better aim and shit like that. I thought that was pretty funny. Like I said, Baycatcher, standout, hearts. I love her.
Tremendous.
She's the hero of the fucking movie. Like she really is. So,
she's the most good person out of all of them.
Yeah, exactly. So King Shark. Again, I like King Shark, underused. I don't know why Stallone was in this movie. I don't know why he voiced him. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is like, what is this?
And
it's like, come on now. But like I said, overall, I liked it, solid, but certainly not the best DC movie.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's down there for me. So now we got everybody's initial thoughts, and obviously me and Phil have already all week long been talking, you know, basically
behind the scenes, you know.
Behind the scenes, but on some streams we've given them. So Phil, man, seeing it a second time, you know, what's anything updated for you, changed? What, you know?
Nope. Update. I tried to watch it a second time. I couldn't finish it.
Oh wow, dude!
Damn.
But I still have it pretty fresh in my memory, and that's part of the reason why I couldn't finish, because I knew exactly where it was going. And honestly, like to everyone's point, like, is it exciting in some parts? Sure. Is it a fun time? Yeah, with friends. Am I ever going to watch it again? I don't know. What's up, Andre?
What up, Andre?
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
No.
What's going on?
I think is he? Oh, he's
Still
not
lag?
I don't know. Oh, okay. I don't know. I think Eli's having some difficulties. But yeah, no, like, and that's I echo pretty much what you guys have said. I would give it if the score was coming out of 10 for me. What up? If the score was coming out of 10 for me,
what's up, y'all?
One comes in, one comes out. Like,
Yo,
Rotating
y'all
door.
just got upgraded.
yeah.
okay.
Why, who's here?
Relax.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I echo for the most part what you guys were saying. I think the second viewing I had a couple of more laughs. Like I said, there's only one in the first time I watched it, but overall the movie still stayed at the same level of. I finished it, obviously. I'm not. It feels like I just couldn't finish. I was like, "Oh shit!"
did it.
Really? You couldn't finish it?
The second time, yeah.
I didn't even
not
stick
finished
around
it.
for the fucking post credit scene. I just
Yeah.
shut it off as soon as it was
Those
done.
credit scenes were stupid.
I didn't
Yeah.
sit still. If I walked
Like the
around,
weasel waking up was dumb.
Yeah.
from Ice
Yeah, that
Age.
was
It was
retarded.
Ice Age. That was
As
Ice
soon as
Age.
he woke up,
Yes.
I shut it off. I was like, I'm fucking done.
Right, it was John Leguizamo.
He said he was looking for that acorn.
Yeah,
and then the peacemaker in the bed. You know, I was like, okay, so I don't know, it was dumb. I'm sorry, but I don't know if you guys covered this yet, but I agree with Anthony. Amanda should have murked.
We had. Oh yeah, we'll
That
get
whole
to her.
team.
We'll get to her.
They
Oh, yeah.
fucking they watered her down. They watered down
did.
Amanda Waller.
That was
And
one of the
aren't they
first
supposed to-
things.
Aren't
Yeah,
they
let's
supposed
go.
to be about strong women?
Strong whammon.
And they were like,
You wanna
no,
get back
she's
in?
gonna get spayed.
She's still better in this movie. She's still better in this
I didn't-
movie.
Better in that
It took me
movie.
a minute to figure out how to pop myself back
and
in.
like that ferocious and all wet mouth, like she's spitting, like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, she had a little bit of spit on her.
Like,
too.
oh,
Yeah.
fucking get at it.
Yeah,
What was that movie where like,
Oh, that was. I think that was Waterboy. Like, yeah, Bobby.
yes, yeah.
Like,
I thought you were fucking doing Bruce Almighty and shit with Steve Carell. The new station.
Yeah, that's good too.
I love the what's the movie with the rah 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 rah, and then he knew immediately.
Yes.
Which movie it was.
That's nerds. Everybody gets it. We all know it.
Yeah.
We all it's subliminal. It's like in our DNA.
Yeah. We're always going to remember obscure small jokes.
Yeah.
And movie that came out in
Oh, yeah.
1980.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
nuances.
I still
Yeah,
remember
it was-
Encino Man. No, we're using the juice. Still sticks with me.
But yeah,
I miss Brendan Fraser.
since you mentioned
And he
it,
and he was the weasel.
Yeah.
Why didn't you fucking Pauly Shore to fucking voice Weasel?
Oh,
Yeah,
He
dude.
should have got him. Yeah, that would have been more funny. That would have been funny.
good.
And you know he needs the work.
Yeah.
Very true.
And Andre is back. No, back. Let's start there. I mean, fuck it. Yo, Amanda Waller was so fucking hardcore in Suicide Squad that yo, I always go back to the one scene when she shoots all those motherfuckers in that computer room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
her.
What happened to that? She let herself get hit in the back of the head with
Get
a
knocked
fucking
out.
golf club,
Yeah.
and then
And then she
I was
just
like-
stayed in her office and iced her head.
And scowled at them.
And yeah,
And look at them like I work with
She
children.
should have shot all those people. I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
You mean to tell me-
her crew, those analysts, whoever the hell they were, they annoyed the shit out of me, and I was hoping she was gonna walk in there and just murk all of them, and she didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
You know why they're there,
that
right?
team. That
That's
team is like the team that works for like either Apple or Google.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Fuck that Android.
they are that team was there put in place in this movie strictly because guess what? They're going to be the team that runs Peacemaker in that
Peacemaker.
fucking
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
That's why at the end of the little credit scene you saw Peacemaker and then they were just like, oh, whatever they said, and I was like, oh.
Even if Amanda Waller gets knocked out by the golf club, I expected her to get up and just fucking shoot the bitch who fucking knocked her out.
Yes.
Like, in the head.
You should have seen at least. You should have seen like lights, like do. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, I know what happened. You know, if
And
they
the
didn't
and
want to show
the
it.
bigger dude was there because he was the King Shark stand-in. He was the on-set King Shark.
Oh right,
Yeah, Steve
Agee.
Agee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but she, like I just said, it was I think it was it almost destroyed her
So
character.
fucking stupid.
I didn't like how much she hesitated to push the fucking button to blow their heads up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes,
That
showed
showed
weakness
the
weakness
whole
too.
movie. It's just not. It's
I didn't like how long
Right?
Rooker, how long it took him to like decide to swim away. He was just like,
oh yeah.
Let me watch all of this carnage.
I'm gonna kill a bird in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I am so badass. And look
He
at my
leads off
hair.
the movie. He
Look,
leads
my
off
hair
the
is
movie.
well, he's trash, so we could forget about him.
Yeah.
so.
But I'm saying, like, he's the first prisoner you see
Yeah.
that they introduce you to.
Yeah.
And then he's the biggest bitch because he runs and he's like,
Yeah.
you're just like,
and like
go back,
the
go back.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
blow him
yeah.
up
Yeah.
already. Get it
And
over
I
with.
thought it was fire, like the X's on the walls and how he was like ricocheting them and whatever. And I was like, that's pretty dope. And then there was like a payoff at the later on where the bird or a bird feasts on him or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh
How
wow,
poetic.
there it is. Yeah, it's like
So fucking
get out of here.
And why even cast Michael Rook in the first place? Especially like
He's
in
a-
Guardians
he's
of the
a-
Galaxy.
he's friends
He's a
with Gunn.
fucking badass in that movie.
Personal friend of Gunn.
Yeah.
You know.
and that's
He was a glorified cameo at best.
Yeah.
So.
That's
Yeah.
why the majority of the intro squad, Jai Courtney aside, they were all friends of Gunn. It was all
Yeah.
a fucking cameo.
Well, Weasel was his brother,
right.
Yeah.
and
Nathan Fillion.
And whatever
Not-
yeah,
and
Nathan
whatever the
Fillion.
fuck that calendar
just
man
said
was.
screw
Green
the road,
Lantern was
you know,
TDK.
Yeah.
Nathan Drake.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That, that too.
Yeah. No, it was. Yeah. So I guess we can all agree that Amanda Waller's character was pretty much shit on in this movie. By the way, I'm not going to be throwing up any clips or screenshots from that movie because Warner Brothers likes to clap your virtual geeks for doing that shit. So and I'm not about to have my screen fucking bounce off because just for showing a picture of Peacemaker or fucking detachable kid or whatever the fuck.
TDK.
That scene was as dumb as it was in the preview that they released. earlier.
Yeah, it was.
I was like,
Stupid.
and I even turned to, I think it was Andre. I was like, why didn't they just shoot the arms? And they did in the movie. And I was like, okay.
Well, not only
and
that, why not
solved
shoot
nothing. He's
him?
like, it was
He's literally just standing there with no arms.
It was like
getting shot at. It was like
being shot at, not taking cover.
guys.
Yeah, like
Guys, this is maybe the audience are going toward with Batwheels. You know,
Okay. Batwheels,
The most
I'm cool with
anticipated DC
Batwheels
movie.
and
Yeah.
Superdog and whatever.
That's-
That's for kids.
Yeah, I love
This
Batwheels.
wasn't for kids. This was for man babies that just love this
no,
kind of
man, baby.
goo humor.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Ryan. It's
I
for
mean,
man
there
babies
were
who like
just-
that dumb shit goo
Yes.
humor. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's what this is
It was
for.
them
And
for millennials. They're like, yeah, lots of violence.
I feel like this movie was more for the Marvel Cinematic Universe fans who are used to Marvel.
yeah.
but the thing is,
John Cena and Whitey Tighties. That's super fucking funny, guys. No, it fucking isn't.
No.
Why?
I can
Right.
excuse
Why?
I can excuse the whitey tighties. We did get Batfleck's butt, so the whitey tighties were fine. I'll excuse.
no.
I'll look over that. That's
No.
fine. Whatever. I didn't care to see it.
With
but,
King Shark,
you know.
like, oh no, me have no friends. Like it's,
King
like
King
all
Shark.
of a
Okay,
sudden it's like a
so
Disney
they had
movie
a
all
dude
of a
with
sudden, like,
they had a dude with genitals, but then King Shark, is naked, right? And he has no genitals. I'm like, what? You have the other guy that has genitals. He's just like the one that stands up in the in that.
Well,
I
what
wasn't a
didn't
fan of him being an idiot either. Like
God, yeah, this King Shark was just like, I'm sorry, you got Sylvester Stallone, and that was just unutilized.
He was
Poor
like
guy.
he was like
Poor
Bane in
Sly.
Batman and
He's
Robin.
got movies coming out. He's got some called like The Samaritan coming out eventually.
He had like one or two cool kills, and then it's like, what the fuck else does he do?
He
But
was-
the one-
It's
and
like
the
saying you
slow
could've
mo
made
where he
Killer
rips the
Croc
guy
like a
in
big
half,
dumb
it's
gorilla.
like,
alligator.
Okay. So, like, I see RJ in the chat saying that he has
Yeah.
DC friends
yeah. He's like,
who like the movie or whatnot. Here's the thing: is that like the movie, you can find it enjoyable and entertaining, but at the end of the day, like to me, it has a lot more stupidness than good.
Mm-hmm.
It had a lot of slapstick, stupid humor. It had a lot of mindless humor. And if that's what you like, and this is the kind of movie that you're into, then that's cool. You know, it just wasn't for me. I don't think it was a terrible movie, but it wasn't something that I'm going to watch again. Like, I don't have any.
Yeah.
I don't have any. Any
he was
drive to go
wearing
watch
shorts.
that again.
You're right.
But you
you're
wanted
right,
DC
RJ, he was
movie to
wearing
make
shorts.
you want to watch it
Yeah, we
again.
forgot
That's
about
the
that.
point.
Yeah,
It's
Wearing
like-
some tropical
And
shorts.
King Shark wore shorts
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't like the music choices. I love a
Neither
good
did
score,
I.
guys.
Neither did
And
I.
that's pretty
I
sad.
don't recall.
All things
And I
considered,
love that
James
Ryan
Gunn
did
usually
that.
has a pretty good track record of using some pretty decent songs
Yeah.
in his movies, and
Yeah,
it was really just
he
like a
couldn't
lot of
do
these
it.
songs were just super forgettable.
They were all
and
unmemorable.
Because
watered down the
if he
scene,
did-
like, especially
Here's
the
the deal. If he did, then they would have said, "Oh, this is a copy of Guardians of the Galaxy." You can't have nostalgic music in this movie by James Gunn because then it's too much of a copy of Guardians of the Galaxy.
I
He
think
did it
it
in
took
two
away.
movies.
Right.
I think it took away. I think the music choices took away from scenes. The Harley scene where she busts out and everything, that's a badass scene.
Yeah.
That-
I thought
that's
that I thought what was really creative
Yeah.
was the flowers in the place of blood and like the birds and all that. It was like Disney
Yeah,
or whatever.
that took me out of it, dude. I
It
thought,
needs
are we
some
watching
heavy-
fucking
I was
Who
like,
Framed
yeah,
Roger Rabbit now?
If
Like,
you are an
Because
ass-
that's what it fucking
me-
reminded me of. It's like, what are we doing?
It reminded
What?
me of
Las
that
Vegas.
other movie with Amy Adams, Enchanted.
Enchanted.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a fire
It was a
movie, though.
callback to
That's an awesome
Birds of
It
Prey.
is. It is. It is.
That's
I
what
think
it
they're
was.
doing. I think they're
Callback
doing a
to Birds of
sequel.
Prey.
They are.
I think they're doing a
And-
sequel.
and
to
how,
that.
and
You're
how
Enchanted,
Harley
Too Furious.
sees things. Yeah.
I mean, I just didn't like those song choices. So I was like, oh man,
I wasn't a big fan of him.
I would rather
I
blast
completely
Purple
forgot-
Lamborghini than listen to anything on this fucking
I
track.
forgot what the song choices were.
Slow-mo walking out shot like 5 minutes into the movie, you know, like it's not even earned yet, and it just hits stupid.
Oh, when he does it with the
You know.
Crayola box.
Yeah.
No,
character.
I'm talking about like the scene of them all walking out in slow mo. It happens
Yeah.
like 5 minutes in the
They did two of them. They did the
Music
one in front of
Yeah, there was two.
the
Yeah.
American flag, and then they did the other one. I guess it was in the rain.
I
And I
like
was
the
like,
one in the
why
rain
do you
looked
need to
cool.
have this slow mo walking? Everybody's like, hell yeah, come
Like
on.
it doesn't even feel earned.
It was
you know?
yeah,
It's
it
like,
was
it's
just like-
happening. Like, you know.
It's
Yeah,
like we got to do this in the movie. Check.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
pointed
exactly.
movie again. This was an out of place movie, also. So if you're trying to do a congealed universe now, why did this movie come out first?
Well, why did we have a second Suicide Squad when we haven't even had a second Man of Steel?
Well,
You know?
yeah. I mean,
like there's no
Because it's
demand
easier.
for it.
It's easier to make this movie because they're a bunch of throwaway characters. So
Right,
you can
true.
have fun, you can kill people, you can blow shit up, and just have fun doing it and not really care about the ramifications of it. If you do a Superman movie, now you're altering the course of the DC universe. Like, okay, that's one of the cornerstones.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
right. Andre's got a
Okay.
point because when you adapt something like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, any of those characters, you're automatically setting a charted course
Yeah.
for something in the universe to some
Yeah.
extent. Or, you can take a Matt Reeves approach and just do your own fucking thing like he's doing with Batman.
Well,
I
here's the
I
thing
think
though,
it
is
doesn't
that-
matter
is that-
what movie it was that Toby Emmerich just wanted James Gunn's nuts on his chin. And
Exactly,
it was
that-
gonna- yeah. That's what it's all about. Like,
Speaking
Pretty
of,
much.
Superman! James Gunn Superman! James Gunn Superman! Toby Emmerich, get the fuck out of WB.
yeah, yo, relax.
Like, no.
Good thing he didn't take the.
Sorry.
No, that's
Superman,
my dude.
right?
Can't-
Oh,
can't
God.
even fuck around. I couldn't even.
No.
But that was the thing I was saying. I've been saying all week is that I think I think that Warner Brothers or whoever the fuck was talking to Jay said, "Yo, you can do whatever you want. We'll let you do whatever. You can show a dick in this movie. As long
He did.
As long as you kill off.
And balls.
As long as you kill off
Yeah.
David Ayer's Suicide Squad." And except for Harley, you can't do that because the fans.
You did right. That would have subverted my expectations. Like, holy shit, they did that. They killed
Yeah,
her. Oh,
yeah.
sweet. Wow, you guys.
There was a
really
little
went
bit in
there.
me that thought she was going to die, and I was like, oh, of course she's
Either
not
her
fucking
or
dead.
No
Ratcatcher.
way,
no,
Look,
she was
even
never gonna
Ratcatcher.
die.
Like, can she die? No, she can't die. Why can't she die?
I would have rioted if she died. Ratcatcher.
Yeah,
What I'm saying
that would have been better subversion
is
of your expectation.
yeah, exactly.
Can't
What
kill
I,
off Big
what I
Cats,
did
man.
not
Don't do
expect
it.
for them to do
Yeah,
was to
no killing
flick
Big
out
Catcher.
fucking Boomerang.
So quickly.
Dude.
Yeah.
The disrespect to
And
Boomerang.
This is something that I don't know. If
Trash.
I would have loved for him to die in like a blaze of glory, not in just like a
Oh, he died in
hey.
the blaze.
It was a blur. It was a blur.
Yeah, not like a fucking.
But it
loser,
was
too.
no glory. There was no
But like
glory.
the shit blew up. He was all got.
And
wood
I
stabbed in
have
him.
to
was like,
I have to
oh,
believe
wow, really?
I have to
Fried
believe
like
that
Lois Lane.
when they said, okay, Rick Flag, we're gonna kill him. They shot it. They were like, oh man, great sequence. You know what? I don't know. Does he look like he's definitively dead? No. I need a CG shot of the shard going into his heart.
Yeah.
Like really?
It's like a PlayStation 1 game.
Like, they really had to drive home the fact they were killing Rick Flag in
They
this movie.
didn't
And it's
do
like,
that
That was
for
Mortal
any
Kombat
other
right
character
there.
in any other situation in the movie.
Yeah.
Just that one situation, you needed to see the inside of his body to see that this thing was, cutting through his skin as well as his arteries.
Mhm.
And oh, yes, now he's dead. No coming back for Rick Flag. No RoboCop. He's done.
No. And the thing that pissed me off was like I was starting to like his character more, and then he just fucking dies because of Peacemaker. It's like, ugh.
I like that his last words were Peacemaker. What a joke. And it's like, that's
Why
right,
do we
Rick
need
Flag.
that
That's
series?
exactly right.
Yeah.
And another thing that got me too.
I think they changed. I think they changed that line though. I think it was James Gunn.
I would have liked more context on why Rick Flag was even on the team this time, because what's her name isn't Enchantress anymore. So
He
it's not
wasn't
like
even
Waller
in
had
charge,
that
and he
over
was in
his
charge
head
of like the.
anymore. So I would have liked to have known what she
He
had.
was in charge
Doing
for
it,
Waller
Enchantress
before he worked or before he knew Enchantress, didn't he? He still worked for Waller before that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
She paired them up as like strategy.
yeah.
So that she could gain
but in
leverage.
the last one, they gave you the
Yeah.
impression that like he would have gotten
Yo,
out.
Frank,
Could he
you-
have?
correct,
You know what I mean?
Frank.
But then she held Jim over his head. You know?
He did die like a Mortal Kombat fatality. That is correct.
Little
I don't
bit.
know why he was the only one to do that, but yeah.
Then they go back out to the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in conversations like, and I don't know if she'll stop by or not, but Meg said the perfect thing. She's just like, yo, when you think about the Flash and you think about the Flash's rogues gallery, Captain Boomerang is high up on that fucking list.
Yeah.
He got one interaction.
And he got bodied.
Yeah.
Because the execs don't even know he's a Flash villain. That's the problem.
Well, Anthony, it's a
He's going to send that
multiverse.
across the desk. And
This
they're
could
like,
be
"Yeah,
a
who
different
cares?" You know,
universe
like-
of
Yeah.
giant.
Different doppelganger, so
Boomerang.
No.
Boomerang.
Ryan's got a point because James Gunn was like, I don't know what Superman Bloodsport shot.
There you go. I don't know what Captain Boomerang.
It ain't Henry
God,
Cavill.
Not one in the
He's
Snyderverse.
out. That's such a lazy out.
I know, right?
Boomerang's always
Especially,
been back, so.
it's so lazy for him, especially because he makes it a point to, storyboard every single piece of his movies beforehand. So it's like, okay, you knew exactly what Bloodsport was going to say.
Did he
you
do a Scooby Doo
Well-
shot of the van? By the way, was that a Scooby Doo
Scooby-Doo
reference?
shot.
I didn't even think
I
about
got
that, but you
Scooby-Doo
might be
vibe.
right.
Yeah.
I got Scooby
You
Doo
might be
Oh
right.
my god.
I was like,
Because that's him.
Well,
He
that
did
was,
Scooby-Doo.
but then you've got, the shark, which was the other shark. What was the shark from that Hanna-Barbera show?
Jabberjaw.
Jabberjaw, yeah.
yeah, when he starts running with he's like, pretty colors, friends. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
I actually did like the scene
There's
of
so
them
many
in the
different
van.
things. I'm just like, all right.
But
Yeah.
personality-wise, the Flash show did him better.
Oh yeah, that's a real king shark to me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and then the island too, the Quarter Maltese. I'm like, how fucking big is this island? I thought it was like a
A tiny
Like,
island.
Isla
Well,
Nublar.
Vicky
Instead, it's
Vale
like
has been
fucking-
there.
It's a nation. It's like Cuba. It's like a
Yeah.
downtown area. I was like, Jesus Christ. And then people were just getting killed left and right. I was just like,
That's
God
the one
damn.
It's
that,
been used a lot in DC lore.
It has. That's the
It
one.
has. Like, they don't like that area. They're just like,
in the
oh,
Dark
that's the
Knight
Corto
Returns,
Maltese?
that's
Dark
the,
Knight Returns, yep.
Yeah.
That's the island that Superman's at, like doing shit for the
Yeah.
United States, and then
Yep.
he gets hit with the fucking
Yeah.
nuke.
Yeah, that's the
Right
redheaded
there.
stepchild of the universe. Called Hill.
What was that?
The redheaded stepchild.
Oh yeah.
Walter Maltese.
I think it's fictional. I think it's based on a real place, but they like switched the name up a little.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think
it's kind of like Kanjaro.
Probably.
They always use
probably not.
that villain.
I think if you look at Corto Maltese geographically, I think it's like in the same spot as Cuba is, but I could
is
be
it a
wrong
real
about that.
place? Is it?
It's pronounced Cuba.
I said backstage to Anthony and Joey that the DC animated
Brazil.
Suicide Squad movies were better.
Oh yeah, they were.
I can agree to that.
Yes, the animated films were the animated
The
Suicide
two that
Squad
you
films,
got.
Yeah, were
Those are the
fire.
best Suicide Squad films we've gotten so far.
Yeah.
IMO,
Yes.
Yeah.
the best one is
Yeah.
Assault on Arkham.
And the book.
Assault.
And then the other one had continuity in the universe. They tied in
Right,
Flashpoint.
right.
Yeah.
and-
Well, that's the
still
funny
had-
thing about them is the fact that like they intended it at first to be in the game's continuity, but then they decided to like on the second one they decided to throw in like Reverse Flash from Flashpoint and everything and like connect it to the main
Yeah, it was
continuity.
cool. I like the way they did it. It was,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that was cool to see.
Yeah.
I think when you're talking about that first phase, what is how many movies is it in the first phase of DC?
That was
Oh, wait,
really
wait.
the second
Wait,
phase of animated
before they went
movies,
continuity
52.
or when they were like loose continuity?
Okay, the one that started with Flash or Justice League War or
Okay, that was like 22, I think. 22 movies.
No, so
total.
there's 16 movies total, and that one was like 13 or 14.
okay,
16?
Okay.
60.
20.
Just 16?
From Justice League War all the way to Justice League Dark Apocalypse
Oh,
War,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
there's like
Oh, okay,
16
all right.
films.
There was a lot of movies before that though. Based
15,
on the old
16 if you count
continuity
Flashpoint, but
before
yeah.
the new
Like
Yeah.
Green
movies,
Lantern.
And that's in the new
yeah,
52
yeah,
universe,
the Wonder
right?
Woman,
The
Right.
animated
Fired,
movies.
Right.
They did a lot of animation.
Yeah.
Okay, relax.
It was still enjoyable.
Ryan's like, I
I
want to
got a
talk
whole-
about
I got a whole
stuff.
shelf of them. All.
All right, so what do you guys think of how the movie looked? I personally thought the VFX were fire. The
Yeah.
movie looked great.
Looked great.
Yeah, it did. And the stunt work was great. I think, look, whether we talk about how the movie looked or the actors, their performances were fire. It's just
Yeah.
the material that they were given to work
The-
with is what we hold in question here.
It was
just
pretty mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like for King Shark, when we cast Sylvester Stallone, I'm thinking like, okay, Stallone is cast for a reason, so he's gonna do some cool shit. But
Yeah.
all he
Like
did was
badass,
fucking hand and
yeah.
fucking.
I'm
nom
sorry,
nom.
but
What
I
the
think
fuck
he
is this
did
shit?
better in Robert Rodriguez's movies. You know, when he was playing a villain there.
Yeah.
You know? What was it? The Lava Girl? No, not that one. The
Shark.
The,
No,
Oh,
Spy Kids.
Spy Kids. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I think he was in Spy Kids 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Yes.
Yeah.
Did
Spy
James
Kids three.
Gunn write Guardians of the Galaxy or just direct it?
No, I think he wrote it. Too.
He
wrote
wrote.
it,
He
I think
co-wrote it
the
with
first
Nicole
Guardians of
Perlman.
the Galaxy was better than this.
He
I mean,
co-wrote
yeah,
absolutely.
Except
Absolutely.
the ending, I think the
and then the
dance
second
song
one
was
he had full writing and everything on.
And it
So
was
the second
funnier
one is-
too. The first Guardians is way funnier than.
It is.
Oh.
It was almost as if he wanted to do Guardians, but then he was asked to do Suicide Squad. It just kind of feels like
I also
he
don't
didn't.
have a
His
box full of
passion
Guardian
wasn't
comics,
in this
so I'm
project.
not as judgmental.
No, they're
Well, I wouldn't say
I didn't like
I
the
wouldn't
jump
say his
cuts.
passion wasn't in it. I wouldn't say that, but I mean,
I just
think
didn't see
that,
I think he said he chose the Suicide Squad.
He had
Yeah.
he could have done Superman. He could have done
Yo,
Suicide
thank
Squad, and I think he had a
God,
couple
yeah.
other choices.
That would have been
That would have been so bad.
dude.
James Gunn,
Guardians 2
Superman.
was-
Yeah, no, fuck you.
Yeah,
No,
James
no,
Gunn,
no.
Superman.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, did anybody get the every time he did his jump cuts or he went back to something else and he did like the fucking next scene? I was like, are we watching a series right now?
Where you got the dramatic crash zooms every time something cool
Yeah,
is
but then
supposed to be
they would
happening.
spell out like the next moment that was going on. I'm like,
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
Operation Harley, you know.
I expect that in a series when you start the new episode or some shit. Like something
Yeah.
happens and they do something.
It's like it was trying to be.
I'm
I
like-
could see them
something
dancing
that
around
failed
in
hard.
the office, you know, when they're like, "Oh, this is such a great idea! Put it on the toilet."
Yeah. They just gave you a movie that you watch it once and you're like, that was fucking fun. Cool. But we knew going in what you're gonna see. So for like I keep saying, like
Like
whatever
if they could give me the option
wanna
of
shit
like
on it.
doing a mind wipe, I'd be okay
Yeah.
with mind wiping. That movie.
Ghostbusters moment.
Yeah,
Empty your
well,
hats.
please.
Empty your hats.
Like where's the
you gotta
flashy
think about.
thingy?
Here's the thing about now is that if they were to release the Ayer cut, now it's easier to do that because you've already killed off all the characters except for Harley Quinn. So you're like, yeah. So if we did put that out, you could say, yeah, that has
Then
that does.
I think
that
they're going to
doesn't-
fall into that same position where they see the Ayer cut and it's a much better composed movie like the Snyder cut, and you've got the fans again saying, why couldn't we get this? Why couldn't we have this? You screwed up again. But they're on a high right now of people like praising this movie.
Yeah,
why would they go and say, let's release this other movie because and cut the legs out from under us again? I don't see this thing. I think that they were just being nice because he released that letter that was talking about his struggles and things like that, and they were like, we'll be nice to him, but this will go away. People will forget. People will stop asking for it eventually. It's going to go away. Just give it time.
This is where it currently sits right now. It sits at 94%.
Narrative.
It was 100% a week ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I like to keep it 100. I like to keep it 100.
That just pains me to look at that.
Yeah, because it's not going to lead to anything good.
I think that it's
no.
I think that like I think Neil was saying earlier, it was a fun watch. It was a fun watch, and did you pull up? Oh, okay. Sorry. It was a fun watch, but again, it's not going to have legs as far as like rewatchability.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think that people are going to be like, yo, Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, man. Sorry, Suicide Squad. I got the two mixed up. How dare me?
Of course you did.
Yeah. And a simulcast movie. What? I just don't see that this thing. I mean, the best part of the movie for me was and will always be Starro. I thought Starro and the Starlings were freaking dope.
Yeah,
I
did that good.
I dug the CG. I dug the concept of like when it gets on your face, that's it, you're done. I thought in like the villain thing, or not the villain, the army commander with the big beard at the end. I thought it took a long time for him to finally get his on his face. It was like, how many times does he need to be looking around fucking confused before one of them finally lands on his face that he's not protecting?
I thought those villains were they were wasteless. They were useless. So.
I mean, the guy that Harley was with was completely useless.
Yeah.
I was like, what the
Luna?
fuck am I watching? Yeah, and like, my people think that we should be together.
His only purpose was to die in a birdcage. That's all his purpose was.
It was to get shot by Harley, and she needed to bring up the Joker again. Like, I promised myself that I wouldn't allow for this kind of, when I see red flags, I'm just going to shoot you. And
wow, it's like I'm listening to Harley.
Y'all want to hear something terrible?
Since when did Harley come from Mississippi?
I do declare.
I mean, but honestly, for the villain that Starro could be, it was an underusing of him, I think. Like,
so when fuck, damn it, when we were just talking about the scene, there was when the birdcage catches on fire, people in my showing laughed at that. I was like,
I didn't understand.
What?
Is this symbolic? Is this something that needs to be done? They couldn't release the birds because the birds have bird flu.
I was trying to figure that out with the javelin. I didn't know if that was
the javelin made no fucking sense to continue throughout the whole story. Like the guy had some sort of premonition, like, you're the one. Just take this spear
and go through the eyeball and do a cannonball and just
maybe this javelin's not supposed to have a point.
Wait. No, it did have a point. It had two.
Cool action sequence.
Funny.
Yeah.
I think as far as the burner, they just wanted to show how ruthless the dude was, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all it was. They just wanted to say this dude, he's fucking.
But then at the end,
all it said in the script was evil
sad.
Well,
it was
once you realize,
it was all like Saturday morning cartoon level, like depth to the characters. I felt like, what I mean, like as far as like the storyline and everything, it just
in the script.
That's what this movie is like this whole movie is one big giant DC cartoon. That's all it is, and that's what Warner Bros. wanted to do.
No,
a series too, not like an animated movie.
No, I think
like he did that though. He put it segmented in there. He gave you those little little titles.
He gave you that little fucking Space Jam fucking choreography with Harley Quinn, and that's what you got.
And all the bullets that were bouncing off of Starro but the spear gets through. I'm like, what?
Through the eye.
Yeah, I was like, and then he has 5 legs. He couldn't do a fucking cartwheel and get the rats off.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I did like when the rats were clever. That was actually a pretty cool
I thought it was
part.
cool, but I think like a kaiju, like they were calling him, could be a little bit more, it could have some tricks up his sleeve. I thought that one of those starlings should have landed on Polka Dot Man's face, and therefore a metahuman would go up against the and so that way he didn't have to die from a stupid joke. I'm a superhero, crunch. Oh
yeah, I saw that. I saw that coming from a mile away.
Yeah, I think that was kind of slapped.
If anyone laughed, you were the type of viewer. You were the type of viewer that these guys are targeting. Mm-hmm. If you thought that was funny, because the thing about it is, with a lot of the humor in this movie, I saw it coming, and I love humor. I love comedy. When I see this stuff coming. It is. Thank you. When I see it coming before it happens, it doesn't hit. It's not funny then. That's a major nitpick. That's what I do. I nitpick. Yeah, hell yeah. What I'm saying is, I think that they could have been a little bit more creative with the whole fight, and I think that they could have done a lot more with the people who had the Starlings on there, especially Polka Dot Man, since he died anyway. It would have been pretty dope for the remaining Suicide Squad members to have to fight him instead of just the javelin through the eye, and then the rats are swimming in the eyeball. And I'm sorry, it was just,
or even Peacemaker getting a starfish.
Really, I like that scene. I thought that was pretty cool scene.
I thought his helmet was
a cool scene
and shit from that.
I think plus talking about Peacemaker, which I'm sure it's universally like we didn't like him in the movie. Nothing against John Cena's performance.
He wasn't the worst of the characters,
and I think a lot of a lot of us already came in here thinking, let's see what garners this motherfucker getting his own series on HBO Max. Let me see what's so good about this.
It had to be the underwear scene.
Yeah,
nah, dude, no.
That was fucking. That was peak comedy, like right there.
I won't even giving that show a chance now.
It was a peak cinema. It was a peak.
Peak cinema. Martin Scorsese approved of it.
Kind of like he was pitching a tent.
This is the movie Scorsese was talking about.
This is cinema.
This is real comic book cinema.
But coming into this movie, like that's the filter we had on looking at Peacemaker, is that we are all massive Zack Snyder fans. We would love to see Ben Affleck get his series, or whatever, any of those characters, but they don't give them one, but they give it to this guy. This fucking dude who's standing in a movie for 5 minutes in fucking tidy whities.
He's barely an actor.
He's barely, exactly.
He's done a couple cameos in movies and shit like that.
But as a wrestler, you're kind of like acting your whole life, technically.
Yeah, that's true.
That's entertaining. It's just I don't understand what the character.
They should have got
I totally
real actor.
Yeah. There's nothing against John Cena. It's the material.
I'm not saying this was like an Oscar-winning performance.
No, I'm just talking about he's an entertaining dude.
I've seen John Cena be funny in some movies, dude. I've seen it.
Dude, Blockers. I thought he was actually really funny in that.
Yeah, there's that Amy Schumer movie that he was in where he was.
He's great in those cameo comedy roles like that.
We watched this movie and I'm like, yo, there's so much that could be done, but instead this guy gets a 10-episode series. That's the problem I think a lot of us have, and it's just that like in the movie he didn't show me anything that give me a Bloodsport series if you're gonna get a series out of it, or give me a rat catch.
Do something.
And then have backstory.
Yeah.
The problem is they have no story for Bloodsport. They just gave Bloodsport Deadshot's story and changed the name.
And to Eli's point, they probably don't really have much of a story for Peacemaker either, because it's just going to be more of the same dumb dick and fart bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, it won't even be warranted, just like it was. Like even when you were watching like the reason why it was R, I'm like, wow, we're just gonna go in on all this violence without any kind of character development. To my mind, you got that quick character development, like he made you laugh for a second, so you gotta like him. or
Yeah.
we gave you a quick little beat right here with a family moment where him and his brother are screaming
Just might.
fuck at each other the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Toby saw Cena on screen just in the tidy whities. He was like, "Wow, he's just like me."
That's my Superman.
I mean, yo, RJ, they are setting up a story, but he doesn't. What happened for him in the movie does not deserve a 10-episode series.
100%.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, it just does
100%.
not. Yeah, maybe you could have had any other character have their own series, say Bloodsport or whatever, and you have him show up a couple episodes, but
Or
his
Javelin.
own series,
I got you.
Yeah.
I would
I'm gonna
love.
get it started.
I would love a prequel miniseries about Polka Dots Man attempt at being a superhero. That's what I would love to see. Because there's a point there just
I would
to
agree.
see his fall to getting into Belle Reeve, like watching him become the criminal. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah.
No.
Belle
Brothers and
Reeve doesn't
sisters,
feel
how
like
did they
Belle
go
Reeve
down?
either in this
Yeah.
movie.
No.
It doesn't. No.
No,
It looked like County. Like,
No, it looked like it's
County.
It felt like a Warner Brothers backlot. That's what it felt like.
CW prison.
Yeah. The funniest thing
Like, what's the
Peacemaker
60
did
days
was
in?
when he
Like-
killed that fucking guy on the bed when he went that. That was the funniest thing he did.
I
Said, what the fuck?
That was hysterical to me. That was funny.
that whole scene was good with them having their little contest, and then at the end, I even cracked up when they opened the tent and they're like, but then after the fact, I'm like, but it's like, even though I like that and it's funny, I don't like it as a DC movie,
As
as
a
a
whole.
Suicide
You don't
Squad
like it too
movie.
much.
Yeah, it's like it's too over the top, you know, it's too unrealistic.
Only the one moment I did find funny the first time I watched the movie, the only thing that I laughed at was the fucking line from Peacemaker where he shoots the dude and Bloodsport calls him a show off. And he's like, yeah, but only if what you're showing off is dope as fuck. That shit was, I don't know what, that shit was funny as fuck.
It was pretty funny.
I laughed
And he
at it when
turns he turns around. He's like, "That's true."
Damn.
Like it was, but and last night I found a couple of more laughs. I can't remember exactly what they were. Like literally, the first time I saw it, I laughed one time, and that was it. So like, it just didn't. Yeah.
Well,
It was
I
like
enjoyed Idris Elba. I enjoyed him.
Me
I mean,
too.
yes,
No,
he
he
was
was
great.
like, look, he's a good actor. So when you get a
he's
good
awesome.
actor, that's why I say good actors.
I thought it was a waste of his acting.
Oh, fuck
honestly,
yeah,
he could have
definitely,
played a way better
definitely.
role in the
Without a
DC
doubt.
universe, like,
without a doubt. But no different than when he was in Hobbs and Shaw. Okay,
Right.
there's another
Right.
disaster of a fucking movie. But with him in there as the villain, you're like, all right, I can just sit through this and enjoy it because what he's going to give you.
yeah,
But like in this, I'm like, damn.
But
You
I
know,
did like what we were talking about before the
that's
show.
why I don't want to destroy the movie because I'm sure there's a ton of people that love it, and I'm not trying to destroy it. But like me watching it for the first time earlier, I was walking around. If I'm not sitting down and my face isn't like that, that means I'm not fully engaged in what they're trying to sell me.
Neil, I was literally doing that last night. I was up in my basement, like pacing,
Right.
walking the
So I'm
booth.
walking around. I'm like, oh fuck, it's not done yet.
There was
I'm
a point-
like,
there was a
you
point
know,
where it
I'm
was
like, we're not
It's like
there.
you
And-
see Man of Steel, you can't wait to see it again. You see BVS,
Right.
you can't
And-
wait to see it again. You know
Well,
what I mean? It's like that's what you want from a DC movie. Like you
Definitely.
want that feeling. Like
Zack
What I
Snyder's
this
get
ain't
what
it.
they're
too.
trying to do.
Go
I
ahead,
get
go
what they're trying to do, and I get why people like it. And
I was
that's
just
why I'm not like, this movie ruined my life. You know, I'm not going to do anything like
Yo,
that.
by the way, if you let a movie ruin your life, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Right.
It's just a movie. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just like it's what it is. But when you're looking at this movie, yes, they were selling certain points. They're like, just look at the characters. We're gonna put them in scenes. We're gonna take a fucking villain that you should not throw in and put you against it. I guess just to give stakes to villains that really aren't really main type villains in a way. Like,
Right,
is that
yeah.
what they did?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, so like there wasn't really a major plot, but is there ever a major complicated plot to a fucking superhero movie? No. Or
No.
you know, like any comic book movie. So that's why, like, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, this wasn't meant to make you think, or was it a dark novel? No, this is just like, yo, sit back, watch it. I'm gonna give you some pops here and there. Maybe it'll draw like certain audiences in. They'll love it. Cool. Certain style fans that like certain style comic book movies aren't gonna like this. Look, it's just what it is. For me, and that's why like I'm not even gonna go on my own channel and do a review on it because I'll end up sounding like I'm taking a shit on it, and I don't want to do that. And I'm even like, but like I said, if I'm gonna walk around, that means I'm just kind of not engaged with it, but I'll be entertained by it. So it's a middle of the pack kind of movie, and I never go back to watch a middle of the pack kind of movie. So for me, forgettable. But if it's what people want it right now, cool. All right, then there you go.
There's a point where I scrolled over like the screen and it still said like I had like 30 minutes left, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was me.
Like, I'm not even, you know,
yeah.
And like I messaged Megan Anthony. I was like, how does this feel longer than like BVS or Watchmen
or Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Or even I didn't. Yeah, exactly.
Real quick, shout out to Rail. Appreciate the
Hey.
super chat, man.
Fire.
Appreciate it. He said I like seeing the movie battle before Bloodsport miniseries over Peacemaker. Yes. And an anti-hero who is trying to be a better father would work. Hey, that's pretty much dead shot.
That's dead shot. That's dead shot.
Even her age, kind of, with the time that's going by since the first one, the daughter's age, you know, lines up kind of with how Will Smith's daughter was.
I did like that scene. I did like that scene though when they're cursing each other out. I don't know why I found that was hysterical to me.
That was pretty funny.
Also, I think I said this in the comments.
I felt like it went way too long, though. I felt like it was way too long, and it felt a little bit awkward too.
Yeah,
it was awkward. Yes,
more of it should have been the end. There should have been more people being controlled by the starfish faces leading up to the end and stuff like that. You know, I think like, would have made the storyline better.
No, I was just gonna shout out, give Rail a fucking clip for the super chat. I appreciate it, Rail.
Well, looky here. Ooh, it's fire. Ooh.
he got burned.
That's funny. That's funnier than anything in this movie.
Yeah,
that made me laugh.
No, he said, "What you can't even complain about this movie before you get labeled a cultist or a Grace Randolph."
True.
No, Grace didn't like the movie at all, did she? I saw.
I don't think she did.
I don't think she liked it that much.
It gave me a new appreciation for Studio Squad. I'll tell you that. I watched Studio Squad directly after because I felt like I needed to like wash it out of my brain.
I might need a palate cleanser after this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, I need to see the real Suicide Squad.
I said this in like one of the comments of another show, but like, can we stop with the notion that Will Smith was too busy to be in this? It's Will Smith. If he wants to be in it, he's going to be there.
He's going to be in the movie, no matter what.
He saw the smoke.
And like, I'm not going to say anything about like, you know, how he feels about James Gunn or anything. But everybody's like, no, it was scheduling. It's like it wasn't.
No,
but, you know.
Well, I'll put it like this. I will say that him and David are really good friends. After he did Suicide Squad, he did Bright.
Yep.
David Ayer. So
underrated, like that movie.
Yeah,
like
Bright. Bright's fire.
All I will say to Joe's point is, who makes their schedules? The actors.
Yeah, exactly. So
he's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. If you can't get jiggy with it, then you gotta fucking.
I've actually met him a couple of times. He used to go bowling at the bowling alley. In my old
really?
neighborhood.
That's
awesome.
73rd Street Lanes. He used to go bowling there all the time. I gave him a demo tape when I was like 19 of like my very first album. I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
to break the ice.
He was like, cool.
Bodyguards were like,
Did you call him the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
what? Okay, relax. Did you hear Joey?
What he said?
He said
To break the ice, did you call him the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
No, I didn't get to talk to him. He had all these. He was sitting there bowling by himself and had all these bodyguard dudes.
That would be better than Peacemaker. That idea right there.
They kind of stopped me, and I was like, "Yo, I just wanted to give you a demo tape, man." And he was like, he looked at the bodyguard and like gave him a nod, and they were like, "Okay," and like took the tape, and I was like, "Thanks," you know, and like went back to my game down at the other end of the bowling alley.
Nice. If he says this panel's a real Suicide Squad, well, I hope none of us dies.
Yeah,
Quite honest. I hope
there we
y'all
go.
live.
They're always dying in the comics. It's just a name, you know.
That's Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
It
going
wouldn't be
back.
a comic if they always died.
Yeah, going back though to like that. What I was talking about, like, yo, why did it have to be Boomerang and fucking Flag, dude? Why couldn't they fucking? You know what I mean?
At least Flag died a good death.
Yeah,
Not even.
Yeah.
I don't even think he died a good death.
Well, I mean,
heroic.
because he died to you died to the character. You knew he was going to die because of the fact that Peacemaker is getting a fucking series.
Yeah.
You're like, well, Flag ain't making it out of this.
Boomerang was just so quick. Like, it was just.
Boomerang.
And it's like Flash gets to the point of doing the rogues. You can't.
He got chopped up worse in the air.
Yeah.
And he finally got to do his fucking boomerang throw and cut heads and shit. And he just gets incinerated.
Why the fuck was it glowing in the first place? I don't understand that. Why is it fucking
so you could see that he was dead?
Yeah, dude.
He had some Wayne tech.
I mean, yeah.
As much as you could say, like, Margot Robbie was born to play Harley Quinn, fucking what's the name was born to play Captain Boomerang, dude. Like
Jai Courtney, he is perfect.
He is
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I mean, obviously he's from Australia, so there's that. But like, still, he just had the mannerisms. I liked him obviously better. He even in the movie at the beginning, like his interaction with Harley Quinn when she comes on.
Yeah. Boomer.
Yeah. He called her Harles. Like,
Hey, Harles.
Yeah. He's like, why are you back in jail?
I like that. And then
that was
they were
fire.
just like,
That was
yo,
good. Yeah.
But
I like that
Jai,
stuff.
let me let's talk about what you're gonna do in this movie. You're gonna die in the first 5 fucking minutes, dude. Can you imagine? And he was obviously contracted to do so he couldn't just be like, yo, fuck you. But I bet he was like, yo, fuck you. You know what I mean? Just like, just James Gunn, you really killed me right there at the beginning.
I thought it was more. I thought it was going to be more Suicide Squad characters going against Starro. It's just fucking 5 people. That's it. I thought at least Boomerang would get in the final battle at least.
They wasted.
Oh well.
Yeah. I don't think so either. With Mesh, I think it's the reason he turned out. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't like doing a super violent.
Probably not.
Maybe not. I mean, he was.
Well, the reason he turned down Django is because he wanted to be the one who killed the bad guy, wasn't it?
Wait,
What, in Django?
Became done? I thought that was Quentin Tarantino.
No, it was Tarantino.
Yeah, it is Tarantino.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I don't know why he would turn to see. He doesn't like gun style with Mesh. I think I don't know what he's talking about right there.
Maybe he just means how violent, like.
Oh yeah,
Django was.
hyper violence.
I always wanted Will Smith to do another Hancock, but he never did.
I love Hancock.
I mean,
that'd be
and
cool.
when I watch Hancock, even like I can go back and watch that because there's just entertainment to it.
Yeah, there is.
I always say that part. Seeing that you guys talked about Grace Randolph, when he throws that little fucking kid in the air and he catches him and all the hair is all fun. That's Grace Randolph.
Grace went in on this movie. Like,
that movie could have had such a long. Like they could have gave him a fucking villain in that movie. I would have been like, oh, this would have been even better, and they didn't do that. They never extended that universe.
There's speaking of that though, real quick, there are 2 deleted scenes that I have seen in my entire life that I would look at and say every time I watch them and say, yo, how the fuck was this not in the movie? The first one is there's a small weightlifting scene in Unbreakable.
Yes.
Bruce Willis travels to the college and lifts like fucking 500 pounds and the whole football team's like,
what?
Dude. What now?
I was just saying that's a super cool scene. I love that scene.
Dude, the whole
I bet I know the second one you're gonna say.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's the alternate ending to I Am Legend. Is that what you're about to say?
No.
Oh no, I was gonna say the one from Hancock.
There's a scene in Hancock that was deleted. So at that bar that he's at the beginning, he is picked up by a girl who's like, "Oh, this is Hancock. I want him to clap my cheeks." And so they get back to his trailer and they start doing the deed. And he's like, "All right, when it happens, you got to jump off." She was like, "Why?" Well, did all you see is like a bunch of holes poked through the roof of the
Whoa!
It is such a good scene. I do not know why that wasn't in the movie. I know why, but yeah, no, that's those are my 2 favorite deleted scenes of all time. It's pretty hilarious.
She's got to do a fucking frog up.
That's what he's saying. He doesn't like that style. Say asshole one more time. Yeah, that's just fun as fuck, man. I agree, man. What about Dan say? They should have spread out the deaths a lot more, and I care, dude.
I agree.
Okay, I'll talk about the violence real quick. Every single time somebody dies, I don't have to see their guts. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I could take a couple of bullet holes.
It just did it to do it. It was like,
it was just
so gratuitous for gratuitous sake. Yeah. Which I'm a dark dude. I like watching movies that are violent. Don't get me wrong, but this was just like especially for like a movie based on comic book property, like that was just really
show
like we've talked about like The Boys and like Invincible before.
Those are written like that, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And they're still serious, and
in my opinion, because I love Birds of Prey, I think like the R rating on Birds of Prey was a perfect example of having the R rating on a already established property and not going too over the top.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. To keep the R, to keep the R rating, or to justify that your movie was rated R. Yeah. I think for me overall, I would probably if I was going out of 10 right now, I'd give this movie like fucking 5.5, maybe 6. Not, I don't foresee myself watching it again.
I go 6.5. Probably
6.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because now I bump fucking Studio Squad to a fucking 7. It's like, no, it can't be the same level. It's got to go up a notch.
I will say at the very least, we know that like we're not going to get an outcry, or at least we shouldn't, for like a Snyder cut or Ayer cut of this movie, because he's bragged 1,000 times. This is I had full freedom for this movie, so we're not there.
Okay.
Warner Brothers.
I thought he meant he had
Warner Brothers.
No, I'm saying like there's no better movie out there. This is it. Like we got his cut.
Yeah, so that's where I would set it, and it's right now it's at the bottom of my. It's at the bottom pretty much of all of the MCUs.
Me too.
And like I said, I don't foresee myself watching it like anytime soon again. And look, there were things I liked about it. Obviously, I thought the movie looked great. The action was pretty good. I just think that a lot of the writing in this movie and the situations that the characters were put in and the way they responded to those situations just don't fucking click for me at all. And that's where I stand, man. So Neil, you given yours. You said your Joey, what would you give it, man? What would you give it? Like a final score, like final thoughts?
6.5.
Probably a 6.
A 6?
Yeah. If I'm feeling, that's me feeling generous.
And Neil, what'd you say? You said what? You 6.5?
Yeah, I was 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, 6.5 team. Yeah.
Phil, what you giving it, man?
So on Letterboxd, I gave it a 2.5 hearts. So I guess I'll double my score there and just give it 4.5 out of 10.
Okay. That works. Truth, man, what you got?
I'll give it a 7 because,
7? Okay.
like I said, overall fun time. I knew what I was getting into with James Gunn. I like his style for the most part. I knew it was going to be like deep philosophical bullshit. It was going to turn off your brain, sit back, eat some popcorn. I wasn't expecting a fucking Malcolm X documentary with James Gunn.
Right.
I knew what it was going to be. I knew it was going to be. It's going to be dumb, stupid, and colorful. And that's exactly what I got. So
Nice. Ill Life, what you got, man? What's yours?
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay, 4.
Because I just knowing what he's capable of with Guardians of the Galaxy, that's one of the Marvel movies I like, actually. Like that I do rewatch. It's like Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are like the 2 I rewatch. You know what I mean? And knowing he's capable of that, I just feel like the ball was dropped on a lot of shit, and I can't overlook it. It really. I don't like it.
It's weird, like the small character moments that we briefly got. I actually like those more than the fucking giant. Like the scene when they're at the bar enjoying each other, drinking, dancing. I was like, why can't we have more of this?
Yeah.
Why can't we have more of this instead of
Ratcatcher's
penises on the beach? So her backstory.
Yes,
that was,
and when they were on the bus and like the windows, they would put you'd see the reflection of her. Like,
that was really cool.
I enjoyed it. Yes,
that penis is on the beach thing. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah,
it literally comes out of nowhere
or anything. It's like so forced. It's crazy. It's like they had a PG-13 movie and then decided like, oh, we're gonna make it rated R and threw a bunch of shit in on purpose to make it rated R. But the PG-13 movie is still underneath.
Same with Birds of Prey. Why was Birds of Prey rated R? It could have easily been PG-13.
Yeah, it didn't need an R rating.
I think that the death that happens right after Dick Dude is fucking. That's more. That's. I thought that was. Didn't think it was funny, but I was like, I can deal with that. The dude with the fan falling in on him in the bathtub. I can deal with that more than I could deal with some dude standing up with his fucking dick swinging, and they're just like.
I thought he was going to shoot his dick off for a second. I was expecting that.
Was I?
Also, the entire what you got? The entire like that is. The entire scene with Harley and that dude, why, dude? Like at
purpose,
point,
no need.
Oh god! And the song right there too is just like, please kill me.
If that was the Harley Quinn show, that probably would have been a funny ass fucking scene.
Yeah.
There
was
a
cartoon.
Point,
yes.
Yeah. There's a point in that scene where I was totally after what I had seen prior to that, a dick. I was like, yo, they're about to show Harley get her cheeks clapped right here. Like
I thought we were going to see that.
I thought they were.
Yeah, I thought like midway through that scene as they were laughing and the birds, I was like, yo, they're about to show some fucking dumb shit right now. They didn't, but
that bird
yeah,
cage.
I did see that back then. I did see that.
Did I.
he like threw around the idea of them. I guess that's what the game's gonna be. The game.
He also
it's like Suicide Squad kill the
versus
Justice League or
Justice League.
something.
Yeah.
He also talked about if Batman wasn't being done by Matt Reeves, he'd do Batman, and I'm just like, don't you dare!
Yeah,
do not touch.
That's my
guy.
No.
And
Do not
away
touch
from
the
Batman.
Batman.
Don't even
as
look
possible.
Or a Wonder Woman film. It's like, yeah, no.
That could be
No,
like
thanks.
a jump ship
Oh,
moment
no.
for me.
Yeah,
Nope.
people were talking about James Gunn doing a Wonder Woman movie. I was like, yeah, that's cool. If you want
He's
Warner
gonna
Brothers to
fucking do
burn,
Booster
if you want
Gold.
Warner Brothers to burn to the ground, yeah, like that's
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's like
Gonna do
Clap,
Booster
clap.
Gold.
asking for
Gonna
the
do some
SJ
obscure
army.
character.
No.
Yeah, I just
Fucking
can't.
Gold. Watch.
I just no. I think what he's good with and he's shown it, and the characters are. I mean, Harley Quinn aside, and characters like that. Like with the more obscure characters, I think he works better with. Look, from what I've seen from him, and like I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy, not 2. The first one was good. That's hot. Like when you're talking about Marvel movies,
it really
that's
was.
like high.
It was a good. Yeah.
It is. It's a good. This movie, not so much. But Superman or one of the, like
Any of the league, any of them.
Imagine like how can like what he's done, what you've seen from him. If he does one of those characters, how do you think that's going to go? Not well. It's not his style of like, you know what I mean? Like
I could see him maybe doing it on TV, but
He
not
can do Martian
not, like,
Manhunter.
cinematically. Like
I was
they-
thinking maybe Green Lantern, maybe.
yeah,
But then,
maybe.
I don't know.
That's a big maybe.
Yeah.
But even in that case, there's other lanterns that he can bring into work.
Right.
What he's good at is making these ensemble type things like that. But
Yeah, like the
the
squirrel
main
one.
characters, he just had a movie where a South American man stood up and his dick was out and he got shot. That's what he put in a movie of his. Do you think he can do with Superman? Or
He'd
any
probably
of
have
those?
Hal Jordan making dick constructs in space.
Best character in this movie has control over rats.
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villain.
Yeah.
Yo, she is. Let's talk about favorites real quick. Let's go around the horn. Neil, your favorite from the movie?
Oh fuck.
Neil's like when it was over.
I didn't
that's me.
really have
Character.
fuck balls. I'm gonna say let's go with an easy one. Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Called it.
Nice. What about you, Joey?
I'd probably do Bloodsport 2 or Ratcatcher. And I don't know, the more I watched Peacemaker, the more I was like, I didn't love him, but I was okay with it. Like I was okay with the character. But like I agree with what you guys are saying. Like he didn't show me, like I didn't see anything in that character where I'm like, he deserves a series.
Yo,
Right.
when you come out and give any comic book character their own 10 episode season of like where you're actually putting production money into a series for that character, that means you like that means the character must be some type of, you know what I mean? Because a lot of characters don't get that. Like we see that a lot of characters of our favorite characters don't get a 10 episode series for themselves. But that dude warranted it. You can say what you want about that's you can miss me with that. Phil, I already know yours. I think. Go ahead. What you got?
Bloodsport.
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 Nice. Anybody honorable mentions?
Ratcatcher.
Yeah.
Ratcatcher, man, Baycatcher.
Yeah, Baycatcher.
Baycatcher. My bad, dude. My bad.
Yeah.
So obviously we know yours. Truth is.
I think I'd probably go with Harley.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't really like anybody in it, but at the way that their context is, but at least Harley was Harley, you know. And I do like the part where they're like electrocuting her and she snaps the dude's neck with her legs. And
I feel like Harley's always going to be that character where it's like obviously, like you know, she's the favorite of the movie she's in.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I was laughing at the part too where they throw her the dress. I'm like, she's tied up. How's she supposed to put the dress on? And she's in the bottom of a dirt hole.
True.
Like, you know,
that was so weird. Like I said, that entire sequence was weird because then they start putting makeup on her. She's filthy as fuck.
she's like in the
There's a lot in this movie that doesn't make sense. That's one of them. And also, like earlier on, Rick Flagg's talking about how Weasel ate kids and shit, but then at the end of the movie, he's suddenly like not okay with Starro being on
Ice Age.
Ice Age. Yeah. John Wick was on.
to the point where
also-
it's like Peacemaker to the death. Like,
Did you guys?
When he ran off.
I'm 99% sure, but did you guys notice in the strip club or gentleman's club, whatever it was supposed to be, the girl who plays Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy?
She's in it.
She was in it. She was like a dancer.
Is that her?
Oh, the lead dancer?
Yeah, she's
Is
one
that
of the
her?
dancers.
I think that was her. I'm pretty sure.
I thought that was
Yeah.
her, but I was like, no, it fucking can't. It
Lemon
can't
Chief,
be.
I think her name is.
Well, and I was like, oh, cool. She's gonna have like a small role in this. Nope, she just danced.
That was her. Wasn't
I
it?
think that was
Ryan.
yeah,
your
sure.
favorite character out of
It's a mix between Bloodsport or Baycatcher. Yeah, it's a mix.
her name is for me. Yeah, it's Baycatcher and Bloodsport was fire. And Polka Dot Man surprised the shit out of me because I just come on now. From the outset, looking in, you're like Polka Dot Man, get the fuck out of here. He actually surprised me. He did some cool shit in the movie. He was not pointless, and he did. And I will say this. The little back and forth about what's the dude's name that died, and he was like
Milton.
Milton. That was kind of funny.
Yeah,
the second time I saw it, that was kind of funny. I was like, she's like Milton.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's Milton? He's
And then
like,
at the end, she's like, "I'll be your friend, Milton." He's like, "That's not my name."
My name's
I
not Milton.
I actually think Polka Dot Man, in my opinion, has the funniest line in the movie when they're in the tent and he's like, I turned them all into my mother in my head and murdered all of them or whatever. Part, I think that's the one part that I actually like.
It's
really
when we
laughed at,
see
like-
them as his mother. I'm just like, that's fucking
Yeah, that
cringe.
was-
See,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the
was
thing
just
that
like-
that got a laugh out of me was Polka Dot Man dealing with that.
Yeah,
Dancing with his mom?
because he gave it to you. Yeah, it was like they gave him backstory of all
Also,
characters.
Polka Dot Man could have been a lot worse. We could have gotten what is it, Crazy Quilt or whatever.
Or Condiment King.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Hype Man.
That's like
Office Space.
Huh?
Wasn't the guy with that's my stapler? It's my stapler. Wasn't his name Milton?
Was it?
Maybe.
No, I
remember.
don't think so.
Yeah, someone help me with
Couldn't
that.
tell you.
Office Space,
Yeah.
Office
So-
Space. Come on. I'm
No, I
gonna-
will. I
I
will
love
agree
Office
with-
Space.
Yeah, me too.
That's talking about Rick Flag. Rick Flag was better in this one than he was in the first one. I think just a little bit. And the
Yeah, but
first
then
one
he dies.
yeah, dude, that's what's fucked up. That's why
Yep.
like that made it even worse. It's just like
I wasn't feeling the emo hair. It was like
we didn't
weird.
get one scene with him where he's chewing the shit out of a
Chomping chicken
wing.
and looking out a rainy window.
Yeah,
Disappointed.
I wish.
That was his last meal of his life.
Yeah, Star Wars' his mother. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
That was
Mother
stupid.
Frigger. Yeah, his name was Milton.
Milton. Yeah.
Was
Yeah, it's me.
it? Yeah, that.
And
I don't
Flash
think
Gordon.
I've known many Miltons.
Yeah,
Exactly. And why is it always a Milton? That's got to be the weird motherfucker.
Milton.
What was he gonna do? He got murked in 2 seconds. He just got fucking gunned down.
He was there to die. That's what he was.
Milton was helping us set up the bombs the entire time. Who the fuck is Milton?
Milton.
Yeah, that was kind of I think it was also because before they got off the bus, he tried to pick up a weapon, and Rick Flag was like, "Okay, no," took it from him. He was still there. Like when they were running in, he was behind. I was like, "What the fuck is this guy gonna really like?" He's really about to get fucking
Yeah.
got straight fucking.
What did you
first.
guys think about King Shark's aquarium scene when he's meeting his new friends?
Yeah,
It was all right.
I thought for a second he was gonna die.
Yeah, when they started eating it, I'm like, no!
I was gonna get a little upset because I was like, you're killing a shark
With fish.
with
fish. Right,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
I was
And also,
like, oh
if
man,
you
I hope
describe him
not.
as if you describe him as a demigod, then
Yeah.
you can't like that's not how you keep. But then they didn't kill him, so it was fine.
Or the scene when
Descendant of a
Yeah,
demigod.
he's a
Joey.
retard. Like,
or when he rises in
Makes
front of the
sense.
soldiers, like, oh shit, we're gonna get a fucking killer like King Shark scene. He bites one guy's head off.
yeah.
And that was it.
Trash.
I thought he was gonna run around everybody.
Yeah,
just
I
eat
thought
him.
so.
Everybody's head. I was like, go for it.
I thought we were gonna get like a warehouse scene
He
with
got
King
the
Shark.
fucking moment where he runs and he
Now,
goes,
that would have been.
friend, and that's what you get. You get him running around in a fucking circle, chasing fucking fish. Oh my god, my friend!
Andrea.
Come on. I mean, he talked more than Groot.
my friend.
He talked more than Groot. You know, when he was like, "Fuck," and he just kept doing all those kind of things. But shit, man.
Underused, I told you.
He did
Yeah.
more than Killer Croc.
Oh,
Yeah.
Killer
Well,
shit.
at least Killer Croc had a normal brain though. Like, he wasn't like adult. Like
Yeah, he just wanted to watch
Yeah.
BET. That's it.
Yeah.
Give me. Yeah, the one in the Flash show was way better.
Oh yeah.
Oh, King Shark.
Personality wise,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the Thinker was better in the Flash than
Yes.
in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the point of the Thinker?
110%.
Exposition on
So they
Starro.
could get to
He was just
Starro,
there.
No reason.
He was there to die.
Killer shit.
I'm sorry. It's
villains.
it's bullshit.
Yeah, Ryan was saying it too. Why didn't the piranhas attack? I don't know.
Oh, none of the other people?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
no,
King
no.
Shark.
Yeah, that just because they were in there because they were his friends.
It was like they tried to imply that like Starro knew they were them almost, you know, and like didn't throw them on purpose because then he turns around to them and says, "This city's mine." Like that's like his only dialogue. He doesn't
Yeah,
even,
he had
talk
a
to
lot of
people
dialogue
or
for,
anything. Like it's like
being from outer space, from another planet, is supposed to be a conqueror. Like, I mean, he was just like,
yeah, exactly, yeah. They should have had like dialogue from him, like from
like,
a person
wow.
that's being controlled, you know, stuff like
that
that.
was something from a certain Justice League movie where I love the villain arc.
Justice League Marvel.
Yeah.
we were just talking about that.
The Thinker looked like he was doing a bad Hellraiser. Yeah.
That was. That's
I'm sorry, it's bullshit. The fact that it took like 6 minutes for Starro to get out of the fucking bunker. I'm like, this guy's supposed to be fighting the Justice League. It takes him that long to get it. Like trash. No.
Yeah.
It was played for laughs. That's what it was.
After a while, I was like, "Where's Starro?" He's like gone. He's MIA.
Yeah, it's like and he's like the size of a building. Like, how long does it take him to climb from like underneath of this one? You know, it's like
Yeah. That
To be fair, he'd been in there like his whole life, I think. Like, hadn't he been in there for like
space beforehand?
I don't know how
like, but he got larger, like as he, I don't know.
Which I will admit, but that was just from the consciousness. Taking people's consciousness, as they said, right? That's what makes them bigger. Like, so it's not necessarily age; it's more like an accumulation thing. So who knows how long he was small, floating around in space or whatever? I don't know. I'm not really sure of the comic origins or anything.
Do I know? No. Do I care? Also, no.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah, for real. Yeah. So. Y'all got any more thoughts on it, man? Just is it? For me personally, it's this movie's getting laid to rest for me. I mean, look, who knows? In a year, I might watch it again. I might watch it again in 6 fucking months. Who knows? Who knows? Because it's gonna be on HBO Max. Well, for 30 days, and then it'll leave and it'll be back. But as of right now, not really interested in seeing it again. Not anytime soon, anyway. Like I said, who knows? Who knows? Down the line. As far as you guys, y'all got any final thoughts, man, on the Suicide Squad and
it leaves my future outlook bleak. I'll tell you that much. It's not a good place to feel about the DCEU right now.
The comments Hamada saying, "Yo, we got more in store with James Gunn." Like, okay, relax. First off,
let's take a step back and just rethink ourselves.
Please no Justice League 2 or 3. Please don't give him Justice League. I don't want to see that.
We really need that.
Let's wait and see.
We need to have.
Let's just wait and see what they say when actual numbers show up. So because I'm sure their tune will change.
What's up, Ray?
Yeah. I think it looked like he was. I'm sure it will. Because it's not tracking to do like terribly well this. And I
don't think the rewatchability is there even for the general audience. I think everybody's going to love it at first and be like, "Oh, this was great," but nobody's going to be like, "I got to go watch that again." You know what I mean? Like,
there's nothing in this movie where it's like, "Oh man, I can't wait to watch that scene again." Like, there's nothing in there for me. Like nothing.
Maybe I'll YouTube it in like a year and just watch clips.
The only people who are going to rewatch this and truly rewatch this are spiteful man babies, just hell bent on anything that is already in the DCU that is not up to their snuff comic book wise.
Right.
Yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen.
They're the ones that wrote that Variety article. We're trading Zack Snyder's charcoal color palette for bright, colorful future of James Gunn.
Or they're the ones that prefer the theatrical cut of Justice League to Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, never trust someone who says that.
Never.
Roman teased us in a few years, hoping I would come, but with Snyder instead. I didn't
crossed.
see that. That'd be fire.
It was a loose kind of comment. He said, I'll probably be attached to a Justice League a few years down the line. Maybe it wasn't like a definitive "it's happening" kind of thing.
I wish I didn't see all the amazing reviews before watching the movie. I think it made me have way too
much hyperbole.
Yeah, just
there you
don't.
Way too much hyperbole.
I mean,
That's why
this is exactly what Warner Brothers wanted. Like, if you look at what they tried to do to the first Suicide Squad, they tried to turn it into a James Gunn movie, basically.
That's
like,
true.
They wanted James Gunn in the first place, you know?
Oh shit, now we got James Gunn.
They got
Let's
it.
go.
Let's go some dicks. Some titties in the fucking strip club. Like, yo, relax. It's a comic book movie, okay?
Bouncing titties, yeah.
And that's really, even after like reading the Suicide Squad and being a fan of Amanda Waller and watching this movie, I'm more disappointed than anything because like I feel like he just kind of missed the point because the Suicide Squad largely a large number of them usually don't die a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's usually like 1, 2, maybe 3 members. And again, killing mainstays like Rick Flag and Captain Boomerang, it's just like, come on.
Yeah.
No respect.
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield, those characters can't get no respect.
They're both characters that have survived several iterations, through the comic books too. You know what I mean?
And I think in hindsight, it's better that it wasn't Katana or Killer Croc or any of those characters from the original Suicide Squad.
Oh God!
Because chances are they probably would have got killed early on too.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to talk about the best cameo, which was Mongal.
Trash.
Oh yeah. Who?
Mongal. She fucking jumped on the helicopter.
It's supposed to be Mongol's kid, but yet she just like jumps up on a helicopter, swings around, catches on fire, and
a descendant of a Superman villain, and just gets
exactly like
and just
absolute garbage.
Okay, Ty. Okay, I was going to address this. I was going to address this at the end. Okay, this is I saw it last night from people when they posted. And this was if you think that I didn't feel this movie because Zack Snyder didn't direct it,
no.
Is he trolling? I think he's trolling. Right?
No, people literally think.
No, I said that in my first tweet. I said I know I'm going to get accused of being a Snyder shill or whatever, but it's just how I feel. Like,
that's if you love. I think Ty did like the movie. I'm very happy. Like I've said this entire stream. If you like this movie, I'm happy that you got to enjoy it because I hate to see somebody spend hours watching something and come away feeling as though they wasted that time in their life. But if you think that the reason I didn't like it had nothing to do with, I love Wonder Woman. I like the first Suicide Squad movie. Guess who didn't direct those movies? Zack Snyder. Actually, I like.
But I thought he ghost directed though.
I wanted to like it. I
so
wanted
like
a DC movie again.
You mean Zack Snyder didn't direct everything in Hollywood?
Okay, relax. But I'm just saying, like people who say it, the people were really, really saying that late yesterday after everybody had a chance to watch it and put their thoughts online. Oh, because it's not Zack Snyder, you don't like it. That's relax. That's not why I didn't like the movie. That's not why I'm sure you guys had your feelings on the movie. Had nothing to do with Zack Snyder. Okay, not just Ty, not calling you out. I'm just saying, like, for everybody out there who's watching who thinks that, because people were legitimately like saying that shit last night. Like, you just don't like it because Zack didn't direct it. None of that. You know how many movies I love in my life? Thousands. Guess how many movies Zack Snyder has directed? 10. So, so that's not the. Here we go. Birds of prey for Rackets put a restraining
Meg
order.
knows.
Bay
Bird's
catcher.
awesome. Don't be a
Just
sheep.
standing for Matt.
Bird's Prey is good.
Yeah, he did like, and I'm glad you did, dude. Like, please, if you like this movie, don't be scared to say you liked it. If you didn't like it, also don't be fucking afraid to tell people you didn't like it.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. Because what else you got to, gotta keep it authentic.
Yeah, it's not like it's a Snyder movie. No one's going to attack you or anything.
Yeah.
I don't like people that don't have their own opinion. Don't be a fucking chameleon. Stand up for what you like.
No, back then there probably are. There are some, but here on this panel, that's not what this is right here. That's not what this is.
To Ty's point, because he just said, I want Snyder back. I want the Snyderverse, but I also enjoyed this, although I like Mortal Kombat, so what do I know? I like Venom, and a lot of other people don't like Venom. I'm looking forward to Venom, Let There Be Carnage. A lot of people are very critical of the way things are transpiring in that movie. One of my co-hosts isn't even, like, super huge on Carnage. I ain't mad. I'm looking forward to it.
I watched this twice so far, and it got bad. Hey, look, fire for you, man.
I'm glad it worked for you a second time because it did not do it for me.
Yeah,
truly,
it is because
I wish I could have enjoyed it as much as some people did.
Yeah, because that's
I wish I
I
had
mean,
to.
yeah, look, overall was my thing.
That's
Yeah,
the problem
see,
with
same
it.
thing.
I didn't enjoy it that much.
She's,
I'm just like, okay, whatever.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I really-
Well, so yeah, there's that's our discussion, guys. You got anything else y'all want to throw out there real quick before we roll on up out of here? By the way, you catch me and my homeboy Joey and Meg, World's Finest, is going to be on the Vodka stream in a few hours.
Hour and a half.
If I can,
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh yeah, it is
Okay,
hour
yeah.
and a half. If I-
Hour and a half.
Yeah. Good thing I took
Oh, no.
Good thing I took a nap today. I skipped 6 hours last week, yo. But yeah, anybody got any final things they want to drop in here?
Be kind to each other. This is
Yes.
just a movie at the end of the day, and we are fans of these characters, this universe, all of it. At the end of the day, even if we didn't like the Suicide Squad, at least we're mature enough to acknowledge it exists in the universe. There are some people who are just going to be like, "No, it's his own thing. It's James Gunn." It's like, okay, cool, whatever.
Look at Meg's comment.
Yeah, the term
Just get a Meg.
homeboy is for people who show up on the stream.
Oh, you just got Family Guy. Man.
Family Guy.
I'll balance things out going off of Phil's comment. Be mean to each other.
Uh-huh.
Incredibly terrible to each other. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Be
kidding.
toxic every day. Don't be
At the end
ashamed
of it, at the end of the day, it's a movie. Like if you love it, cool. If you hate it, cool. If you like it, whatever. Like who cares? Don't let it, like make you that upset. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it is. It is. And with that, let's go around the horn. What's
And we
up?
got Titans coming next week too. So
Yeah.
Yes.
And what if?
I am-
to look forward to. you know?
And what if?
Yep.
And
We're
what
not
if?
talking about
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
what if's the day before, right? Yeah.
We got
So anyway, we got Titans.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Oh boy,
I'm
the
kidding,
next
I'm
day
kidding.
we got Mini Me Red Hood.
Right?
Tittans.
You're not a
What do you
Titan.
want? You want Red Hood to be? You want Red Hood to be 7
No.
feet tall?
No, I just wanted to be a little proportional. To look a little
Yeah, he is a little
intimidating.
short for.
I mean, his machine gun looks too big for him when he's holding. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
oh, look, it's Mini
Got
Me.
that Thomas
I just call it Tittans.
And we got AARP Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, oh my god. I'm giving it up. No shit, you're fucking old as fuck. I mean, why wouldn't you give it up?
You're 72, Bruce. Time to hang up the
You
couch.
got like the old man stance too, like where the hands go, like the arms go back and like the chest is out and like there's no muscle tone. You're just like, oh, I'm just like, nah, man, I'm not digging some of that shit. So for me, Tittans is like what it is. It gives you some cool shit, but it's not that great. I call it Tittans. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Neil, tell everybody where they can find you, man.
All right. You can find me on YouTube, The Irregular Neil, Irregular Neil on Instagram. And hey, everybody, come take a ride on the irregular side. Because
Pause.
why wouldn't you want to?
Talk about
my
Tittans.
God. See y'all later.
Joey, man, tell everybody where they can find you, man.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at JoeBear94, as you can see right there. I'm Vero at Joey Marino, and yeah, as Anthony said, we're going to be on the vodka stream here in an hour and a half, so
nice.
that'll be terrifying. I don't know.
Yeah. Phil, man, tell everybody where they can find you.
So everyone, thanks again, Anthony, for the invite. If y'all want
yes,
to follow me, just at Unfiltered Twitter, Vero, Instagram, as well as Superhero Stress, The Eternal Night, and the Magic Movies Podcast.
All right. Ill Life, man. Where can
Hey,
they
what's
find
up,
you?
everybody? You can find me and YouTube at Ill Life without the Suicide Squad, just the Ill Life, and Twitter and Instagram
I just
too.
noticed that.
And you can find my music on also on Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff, Apple Music, and everything too. So,
All right, Bait Catcher, where can they find you?
But you can find me on YouTube at the Truth31. You can find me at Twitter at Truth31The and on Instagram at Truth31. And ACS, thank you for having me on. You're awesome.
Yes,
Great stream.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. And Ryan, where can they find you, man?
You guys can find me on my Twitter at The Real Burn. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, The Real Burn Productions. I actually just put up a review for The Green Knight fucking cinema, and I watched Suicide Squad the next day, and I deeply regretted it.
Dude, Green Knight is awesome. I love
Yeah,
Green Knight.
it's amazing. Yeah.
Also, Meg, were you talking about this photo?
Yeah, that's what she said. You're
Signed
humble
by Zack Snyder right there.
Yeah,
Is that the one you're talking about?
Okay, relax.
Crazy, pretty crazy.
Let's leave the Bait Catcher pick up for a minute.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for research.
Yeah, for research,
for
research
research.
purposes like this.
Do that cream pie.
Truth.
Oh
Oh my god.
Pause, truth. The fucking Perf 31 is here.
Yeah. Oh snap.
Giggity.
Oh yeah.
Giggity goo.
Oh man. All right. So yeah. So and also you could just find my information down in the description below. There's also a link for AFSP for Autumn Cider Fund, which is always down below. And as always, thank you guys for spending some of your Friday evening in the ACS Universe. You could choose to do a whole bunch of other shit. You chose to come here. Hope you enjoyed our discussion on the Suicide Squad. If you haven't seen it yet, but still stood by for the spoilers, don't let us, knock you from watching it. Go fucking watch the movie at least one time before you, choose to form an opinion or whatever. And as always, and I mentioned it when the show started, and I always in my shows, what we've talked about here is our opinions. If you agree with us, that's fine. If you don't agree with us, that is also fine, as long as you're able to have a mature adult conversation about these subjects and topics and whatever every week on the show, no matter what we're talking about. But if you are unable to do so because you're just a fucking asshole and choose to just your way is the fucking highway, I have this message for you. Ladies and gentlemen, see you guys next Friday. Boo!